Hello, everybody. I'm extremely proudly privileged to be associated with this presentation at the CSFW today. Speaking about the nurses reaching out to the masses, the Indian scenario. Two significant words which pick up nursing issues in India. One is a nurse. Who exactly is this individual who's able to reach out to the population of India? And secondly, the masses. The word masses is a significant word over here because India is spread widely over a very, very large territory. And unless and until we are able to reach each and every pocket of the country, we can't really say that we have been able to take nursing at a level where her need of nursing is simply exemplified. I am Falakshi Manjrekar, the Executive Director, Nightingale Initiative for Global Health, and also the Director of Nursing at Hinduja Hospital, Mumbai, India. And as I said, I'm extremely proud to be associated with this presentation today. 70% of our population are located in the villages. 30% of our population is located in the city. What we need to understand is that if we have to take nursing to a level where nurses are needed to meet the healthcare need of the nation, we need to concentrate more on the villages. So if we look at our today's scenario, the multiplex hospital who are major specialty units are located in the cities. The best healthcare facility today is available in a population which is about 30% of the urban India. However, we try to strive to reach each and every corner of the country and meet the 70% of the population who matter the most. How are we able to take nursing at a level which is important and needed at the grassroots? By constructing these small healthcare centers. If you look at the picture, this is not a huge hospital, it's a small center which is located in most of our villages. It's called as a primary health center. This is a picture of a primary health center from a city located in Goa, which caters to the village associated with it. And this is the center where we would be able to look after basic needs like immunization, conduct safe deliveries, conduct minor surgeries, conduct basic activities which can take healthcare to a level which can be easily accessed by everybody. These centers are located far and wide and are able to take healthcare at an affordable cost, sometimes at zero cost, to the population who need it most. And how are we able to really take it ahead in terms of the population, in terms of the need of the village which experiences it most? The center aims to see that each and every child, each and every personnel in the village is immunized. Every mother who is in her antenatal care period receives the nursing which she has to access. Now, the main issue over here is you can't expect this target population to come to the primary health center. Imagine that this is what they need to do. Hence, the nurses, the midwives, the healthcare workers, the main backbone of our healthcare industry, travel from the center, house to house, into the heart of a village. Now, here the biggest issue over here is there may not be public transport. The nurse may not have the facility to move from one unit to another very easily. So she might be walking, using assistance of the local transport like bus, the bullock cart, a bicycle, whatever is available to her, so that she is able to meet the needs of the target group who needs her. And if necessary, then she initiates a process by which she is able to convince the antenatal mother to the healthcare facilities in the center. This is also taken ahead to conduct safe labor. Now, safe labor could be conducted at the center or at times even at the home. Assist the mother during the postnatal period, attend to neonates, infants, monitor the child till the child is able to attain the age of 5. And these are people who are able to take grassroots level healthcare initiatives so that the population of the country is able to meet the needs. And that's where we pat our nurses on the back. Who are these people? These are people who run institutes like sub-centers, the primary health centers, rural health centers. These are centers through which we are able to take the healthcare from a city to a village. However, as we said, these are not easily accessed by many village personnel. Hence, we have to take the healthcare personnel to a home level, and that's what she does. I mean, she visits the nurse, the healthcare worker, they visit from homes where they are able to target this population, maintain a manual record so that they can easily follow them up from time to time. Health camps are also an excellent way of taking healthcare level activity to the grassroots. Health camps are mobile camps which are conducted by taking an entire healthcare facilities like mobile operation a table, medicines, consumables from the center into a access point, which could be a school where a small clinic is set up, and then a camp could be conducted. This could be a cataract camp where they are able to access many of the old group who can be directed to the camp and get their surgeries done. This is again a facility which is a temporary facilities which is created depending upon the need of the group of villages. Now, when we say a health camp, we invite population from a group of villages who can come to this health camp, and at a time, hundreds of this group can be attended to. These are free camps. Not a single patient is charged for the plan because these are not people who can afford even minimum amount of uh, uh, care, financial the assist. They won't be able to manage any amount of minimum finances to meet their health care. What is also getting extremely popular is a free clinic. Free clinic is a small time activity which is initiated by philanthropic organizations, non-governmental organizations who may not really be from an healthcare background, but these are people who come together. They arrange funds, they arrange for doctors and nurses come together and conduct activities which can take healthcare to the masses. And this is how we are able to take nursing to a level where it is needed the most. We cannot really say we are able to take nurses to a group of population who needs them most without studying the population demography. The population demography of our country today is 50% of the population is below the age of 25 years. 65% of the population is below the age of 35 years. This is the data which has been initiated by the National Rural Health Mission. And it is very important to understand this because the nurses are now trained to look after the young more because that's where they are needed the maximum. Also cannot be ignored is the number of female population in the country. At birth, the sex ratio as of today, again, which was initiated by the National Rural Health Mission, was 1:12. When you have maximum of the population who are female, nurses need to focus on female health care rather than the male health care. And that's where we need to, initiate activities for the women. And the nurses tend to then concentrate on women's health activities, diseases, disorders, much more. Who will be taking this ahead? People who are able to take this ahead are the doctors and nurses. However, what cannot be ignored is that we need enough amount of doctors and nurses to take such a massive activity at the doorstep. Today, we have one doctor for 1700 population. We have 13 nurses and midwife for a population of 10,000. Now, again, this is a very, very important figure because this figure tells us the load which the nurse and the doctor has to carry on her shoulder to meet the Indian requirement where healthcare activities are concerned. The nurse tends to focus on a very, very large population, on a population which at times is beyond her capacity to meet needs. And that's the reason why we are looking at the numbers, because they are very, very significant to take our healthcare vision ahead. At this point, I'd like to introduce you to a hospital which I work for, the Hinduja Hospital. This is a hospital who, like many other institutes, have been able to take a mission or vision of healthcare which we would want to take ahead. And the doctor and nurses here strive to take this to the masses. This is an institute which has 402 beds, more than 700 nurses, and focuses on preventive health care. An hospital which has multiple accreditation and the library for taking up the best information across the world. And though it is situated in the city and is able to meet majorly the needs of all the population who is able to come to the institute, the hospital, the doctors, the nurses who have been working here came to a conclusion that they need to go out to the masses, and unless and until they go out to the villages, they won't be able to reach a mass. An initiative called as Live to Give Hope was introduced way back around 20 years ago. The Rural Health Program was born. The program's vision was serve with passion. And the reason why we said serve with passion is because unless and until you have the passion to meet the masses, you would not be able to achieve the objective with which this program was initiated. And the only way to reach the masses was to travel to the village. A very important fact out over here which was initiated was, if we have to reach to the masses, it cannot be by going to a village and creating a hospital. It has to be a unit which is sustainable. And this was initiated. This is a mobile health unit. This moves from village to village and meets the needs of the population over there. The bus was designed by the healthcare team from the Hinduja Hospital. The doctors, the nurses, the technical staff came together and designed a bus which they felt would be able to meet with the basic requirements of the village population. It goes from a unit which is basically a facility where it can be able to be sustained over a period of time. It needs a good road to move from one village to another, and that's what it does. It moves from one unit of a village unit to another, taking healthcare facilities to the doorstep of the masses. This is how the interior of the bus looks. There is a small place for doctors and nurses to sit, an examination couch, a laboratory facility where basic blood tests can be done, a small pharmacy unit where supplies can be carried. On the other side of the bus, which we can't see, is a radiology unit which also looks after the pharmacy store activities like storing capacities, as well as X-ray facilities, ECG, or taking meeting with the basic activities which is needed in a small dispensary. And that's what this can take forward, a place where the doctor can examine the children, others, and a population who will be able to come to this unit And this facility can be used to do basic blood tests, to even do X-ray chest, to check out whether the patient is having a cough and cold, which could be related to to an active condition like tuberculosis. Basic drugs are given away to the family so they can look after their own health at home. The nurse here has moved from the unit to a small school where she has conducted health education to the ladies of this unit. Hence, is able to do that because she is able to move with the unit from village to village. This unit is again a unit which is able to care the healthcare needs of the population with no financial dependency on them. The patients who come to this unit do not have to pay for the healthcare facilities. The hospital takes this up as a philanthropic activity to take healthcare to the masses at home. As we said, the main unit, the huge bus, is not able to move from a place to another place if the roads are not supportive. These small buses, the small units, were invented so that they are able to go to smaller villages where roads are not very good. These smaller units are not as well stocked and facilitated as the major unit, but they become an arterial line to take group from a smaller villages to the basic unit. Hence, the team of these units come together as a major unit and smaller units which communicate with each other. The smaller units also have gynecological units where the ladies can be examined for various antenatal, postnatal, as well as gynecology facilities. Today, the major huge mobile units have become a way to go from village to village and take healthcare facilities at a home front. The small base units have multiplied from 2 to 5 today, and we hope to take this unit activity at a major level where we can say that we are able to cater masses in thousands of population because they are not able to access healthcare facilities in the cities or huge hospitals. We are able to take the mobile health unit to their level. This is a facility or an activity which many others are also able to take forward in a pattern where it can be said that we are able to take healthcare facility at the doorstep in an affordable way. What cannot be also is the contribution which we have received from major nursing leaders who are able to come to India and meet strategic nursing leaders to help them understand the key vision from an international scenario to a local scenario. Dr. Diva Mary Beck was able to come to India, meet high level personnel from the Indian Nursing Council, from the TNAI, as well as from WHO, the CRO chief, and share her vision with them, share her ideas for Indian nurses. Dr. Holly Shaw, who again is well known for her enterprising ways, was again able to come to India, share her vision with Indian nurses. Sarah Arthur, here is seen interacting with nurses from Hindaja Hospital, was able to come with her husband Daniel Arthur and take this forward in terms of connecting villages and the urban healthcare, taking nurses to the masses, helping them with projects, understanding what are the UN missions and where the nurses can take this forward. We are extremely thankful for such great nursing leaders who are able to come and help us understand our mission much better. We have achieved tremendous goals. We can still strive to achieve many more. And this is where we say that the journey to Indian nursing continues. Thank you.